Hello everyone, I am Dr. Rajeshwari, Assistant Professor in Computer Science, Government First Grade College, Hubballi. In this video, we are going to study about form events. Events means what? Visual Basic is an event-driven programming language in which user will have full control over the execution of the program. That is, he can click a desired button or a control to invoke an event. When he clicks, the code associated with that button will be executed. I mean to say, here I have a VB program to add two numbers. In the first text box, I enter first number. In the second text box, I enter second number. In order to display the result in third text box, I have to click on some button. Here, I will click. Event used here is click. I will click a command button with the caption add. To this button, addition of two numbers code is written. So, using event click, when I click on add button, the result is displayed. This is one example. In Windows X applications, you have a button called as Start. When I click on this Start button, event used is click. It displays some list of programs. One more example. In PowerPoint, when I select a file and when I click on Open, this selected file will be opened. And now I am clicking on cancel button so that this dialog box is cancelled. Like this, you have seen many buttons like OK, cancel, submit, open, right? Using a commonly used event click which takes place on an application. VB allows you to write code to these buttons to respond such activities. How about form events? Form is also called as a control. Form is a container where a user interface is drawn, where user designs his project, right? So, form is also considered as a control. Form has a properties, form has methods. Similarly, form has events. Let us study different events of forms. So, at the end of the session, you will understand the different events of form which are load, unload, click, activate, deactivate, paint and resize. These are the different form events: load, unload, click, activate, deactivate, paint and resize. Let's study one by one. Load event. This event is fired when form first loads into memory. That is, under private sub form load procedure, whatever the code is written inside the procedure will be executed when form loads into memory. This event can be used to assign a property values to a control. One way of setting a property values to a control from the properties box, or you can set the controls property using load event. And also, load event is used to initialize variables. Here we have two examples. In the first example, you can see that under private sub form load, we have set a property values of a text control. Using which property? That is a text. Text has a text property that has been set as a blank. So text1 dot text is equal to blank, text2 dot text is equal to blank, and also variable 1 initialized is to 0 under a load event. In the second example, you can see that we are adding items to a combo controls using a method add item. So under form load event, we have written a coding that we are adding a font styles to a combo box, that is Times New Roman Arial, like that. So combo 1 dot add item is Times New Roman. So combo 1 dot, after the dot, combo 1 is a control, after dot either it can be a method or it may be a property. Here add item is a method of a combo control, and so combo 1 dot add item means it will add an item that is a font style Times New Roman into a combo control. Similarly, other two font styles, that is Arial and Algerian, are added using add method. This I'll show you with an example. We have a combo box here, and so under form load it is written. When I run this, you can see the list of items are added to a combo box and it has been written under load event. Next we'll see unload event, and this event is fired when a form is removed from a memory. When a form is removed from a memory, when you click on a cancel button. So, and this cancel button, see, you can see form unload, it has a parameter that is cancel as a integer, and actually this is a non-zero value. Under this unload we have a return, that is a message box, and you are in the message box you are asking a user whether you want to close the form or not. This I'll show with an example. So you have written a code under unload. So when I run this, so this is an unload event. When I cancel this, that unload event is fired. The code under that unload event is a message box is displayed. So I am cancelling this button, you will get a message box, and when you say yes, so when you say yes, then a form is unloaded. So this is about load and unload event. Next we'll see a click event. So click is a commonly used event here. So here the simple coding is there. So when I click on that, form's back color is changed. This I'll show with an example. See, here we have a click event. Under the click event, what code is written? You are changing the back color of the form. As you all know, back color is a property of a form, so that you are changing as a VB red when you click on a form. Right now the form is not changed. Now I am clicking on a form, so that back color of the form is changed as a VB red. Activate event is fired when a form becomes active form in the current application. When form becomes active, when a form is displayed or when a form is visible. When you run a form, when a form is displayed, form is visible. And when form is visible, you can use activate event, that is private subform activate event. Whatever the set of codes is written will be executed when a form is active. And you can make form active by using show method, that is form1 dot show. Show is a method to display the form. We have another event, that is a deactivate event. In order to use this event, at least you should have two forms in your project. Say you have two forms, that is form1 and form2. You know how to add forms using a project menu. So when form becomes deactivate means when you are switching from form1 to form2. So when you are switching from form 1 to form 2, form 1 becomes deactivate and form 2 becomes active form. So when form 1 becomes deactive form, you can use a deactivate event for form 1. So whatever the set of codes you written for form 1 deactivate, those will be executed when form becomes a deactive form. Let's see an example for activate and deactivate event. As I told you, you need to add two forms in this project. Say you have added two forms, that is form 1 and form 2. So for form 1, you write the code, that is, there is a code written form1.caption is equal to click my client area. So it is written to form 1. You will get form 1 caption as click my client area when a form is displayed. When a form is displayed, you can use activate event. So when a form is displayed, activate event is fired and automatically you get a form's caption as click my client area. So user will click on a form 1. So what is the code written when he clicks on form 1? There is a code that to load form 2 and show form 2. So when user clicks on form 1, a form 2 is loaded and form 2 is displayed. So the control has been moved from form 1 to form 2. So when control moves from form 1 to form 2, form 1 becomes deactivate and form 2 becomes active. So when form 1 becomes deactive, you can use a deactivate event. What is the code written when form 1 becomes deactivate is you are writing form 1 caption as I just lost the focus and form 2 dot caption as focus just left user form 1 and came to me. So like this you can use activate and deactivate event. So let's see an example in VB. See here, I will add two forms. You know how to add a form. Right now there is only one form in your project. I will add one more form. So you got two forms in your project. So I have written a code for form 1 as when a form becomes visible, that is click my, you'll get a caption as click my client area for form 1. And even user clicks on form 2 is loaded and form 2 is displayed. So just run this. So form 1 is visible. So you got the caption of form 1 as click my client area. So now I'll click on form 1 so that form 2 is loaded. So when form 2 is loaded, this form 1 becomes deactive and form 2 becomes active. You can observe here. Now I'll write one more coding to this form 1 when form 1 becomes deactive. So that is form 1 caption will be like this, I just lost focus, and form 2 caption will be focus just left user form 1 and came to me. Let's run this project. See, this is a form 1. You get a caption that is click my client area. I am clicking on form 1 so that form 2 is loaded. You can see here. And when form 2 is loaded, form 1 becomes deactivate and you are replacing the captions of form 1 and form 2 like this. This is about activate and deactivate event. Next is resize event. Resize means what? Changing the height and width of the form during run mode. How do you change the size of the form? Either manually or writing a code. Manually you can change the height and width of the form by dragging the form using a mouse, or you can also use a new height and width of the form in a code, so that you can resize the form either manually or in a code. During that time when you resize, whatever the set of codes are written under resize event will be executed. And the last one is paint event. The paint event fires automatically when the form is refreshed. Refreshed, say for instance, paint event fires when you resize the form, and if you want to use a paint event, if an auto redraw property is set true, then this paint event won't be invoked. Or while resizing, if you shrink the form, then also this event does not fire. Please note that to execute this paint event, you may use necessary graphics methods. The paint event procedure, so that whenever the form is refreshed, say for instance resized, these graphics methods which are written inside the paint event are automatically called. So in this example, under paint event, we have written a graphics methods, that is draw method is equal to 5, and we have a circle methods which draws the circle inside the bracket using R&D. R&D is a random, it generates random values between 0 and 1. So these are the x and y coordinates. Fixing this x and y coordinates over the screen using this radius. This is a radius, and with this is a color of the circle. This you will learn in future classes. So that using these two graphics methods, circles are formed under paint event. As I explained you, when you refresh the form, that is, say for instance when you resize the form, these graphics methods are automatically recalled. This is about the paint event. This is an example for paint event. This paint event is fired when a form is refreshed. Say for instance when a form is resized. Here under this paint event, there is a code written using graphics method to draw circle. So when I run this, a circle is displayed. So as I told you, paint event will fire when a form is refreshed. Here I am resizing the form. Again, when I resize, this graphics method is automatically called. Now I am resizing this method. So this automatically graphics method is called and circles are generated like this. Keep in your mind that this paint event will not fire when you keep this auto redraw property as true. Now I have set auto redraw property as true, and this will not fire, and these graphics methods will not be executed when you keep this auto redraw property as